Okay, here we are for day 21 of the Ride for America's Hope. Just a terrific ride, just over 70 miles, 70.12. The ride was from the junction of I-10 and US Highway 290, which turns and goes through Fredericksburg, Johnson City, and over to the turnoff towards Austin. Just a delightful 70-mile ride. They call this the Texas Hill Country, and they call it the Hill Country for a reason. The hills just never cease. They seem to me to be all uphills, but there must be downs because I reach new uphills. They're just rolling and they perpetuate. They really drain the energy, but it's just beautiful country. Johnson City is where President Johnson was born, and his ranch, Lyndon Baines Johnson, his ranch is just outside of Johnson City. Lady Bird Johnson was very famous for native plants, particularly wildflowers. So the wildflowers planted alongside of both the interstate and this US Highway 290 are in full bloom and absolutely gorgeous. This also seems to be Tuscany of Texas area, so lots of vineyards and beautiful, beautiful areas. The real story today for me, though, was the safety and protection that I feel on the road. Though we've been riding on the interstate and on very busy highways, I feel absolutely safe. And so today, as I wore clothing that was intended to be highly visible on a busy highway, and had my red tail light flashing and my white headlight flashing to attract as much attention, to alert people to my presence as possible. Throughout the ride, multiple times throughout the ride today, I kept thinking, man, I just feel so safe and so protected. And then the thought would creep into my mind, we're just being so prudent and wise. And immediately, each time that thought would begin to creep into my mind, it would be stopped with a message directly from the Spirit saying, you're being prudent and that's important to do your part. But protection comes from me. We're being protected by the hand of the Lord as we put our trust in Him through prayer multiple times each day, both evening where we give gratitude and thanks for the safety we received throughout the day, and multiple times in the morning before we begin. When I say my personal prayers, in our own prayers, and in our group prayers, we always pray for our safety and the safety of those around us. As we put our trust in God, as we rely on Him, He is providing the safety. And that message was repeated to me over and over and over again today. It's important for us to be prudent and to do our part. But safety and protection is from Him as we put our trust in Him. And that's really the message of our ride. Just like in 1956, when by joint resolution of Congress and signature of Dwight D. Eisenhower, we adopted as our nation's motto, "In God we trust." It is through prayer that we put our trust in Him. And as we rely on Him, He provides the protection for us individually, collectively, and for our nation. That's the message I received today over and over again. I'm grateful for the protection and the safety that He is providing to our journey.